I posted a TikTok being like, just got diagnosed with ADHD. All the comments are like, yeah, girl, we would know. Like, oh, how surprising. And I was like, okay. I've got like a lot of energy and I speak really, really quickly and I get distracted sometimes. And people would say, oh, you've definitely got ADHD. But I was like, whatever. Like, I don't really agree with that. But then ADHD like presents itself differently when you get older. It can affect your emotions and how you deal with things and your motivation and like your burnouts and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, oh. So I booked in with a psychiatrist. She kind of started off asking about my childhood and how I behaved in school and in social situations. And I was like, honestly, I was not a bad child in school. Like, I never caused trouble, really. I wasn't disruptive and I don't forget things. And then like that's why I always thought I don't have ADHD, because like there's like 3 main traits is like being disruptive in class and forgetting things. And like I don't really lose things. She was like, do you ever zone out in conversations? And I was like, yeah. And she just kept asking more and more questions that kept like relating to me, and I was like, okay, like things are going like I might have ADHD here. And then at the end of the session she was asking me questions for about an hour, and even when she was like, do you ever go on tangents? And I was like, oh, yeah, I do go on tangents, but like that is like podcast, like that's my whole bit, is that I go on tangents. Like, what would this podcast be if I didn't go on tangents? So anyway, I told her all this, we finished, and she was like, yeah, so basically I think you have ADHD. I don't think it's debilitating. You've done great things in your life. It hasn't seemed to really get in the way so far. Like, before we do medication, you should try at least do ADHD coaching, which is basically therapy for ADHD. And I was like, well, that's where I'm going to stop you, because I'm not doing therapy ever again. So anyway, I was like, right, you know what? I'm not going to do that. I was like, I'd be interested to try the medication. I was like, I'm really hesitant because I've heard some horror stories about ADHD medication. I've also heard some amazing stories about it changing people's lives and like just shutting off that voice in their head. I would just be interested to try it. Like, I want to know, maybe just get like a month course, because I think usually they come in like 3 months course. So I said, can I maybe just do a month course? I want to try it for a week. If I hate it, I'll stop doing it. If I love it, then maybe I'll consider keeping on doing it. But again, I'm also hesitant because I don't want to be reliant on anything. I'm just interested to know what it will feel like and if it could improve my life.